Hello, in this video we are going to talk about the Blue C5L. This is a budget-friendly smartphone that we purchased on Amazon a few months ago, made by the company Blue. This company specializes in both basic phones, meaning not smartphones, those little kind of bar-shaped devices with a little keypad, which are becoming more and more obsolete, perhaps as everyone, or as a lot of people get smartphones if they didn't have one already, and also cheap and a little bit more high-end smartphones. So this company really does have a good niche in that it makes phones that are really targeted towards people who might want to purchase a phone for less than $70. They have quite a few of these. Or maybe if they like that company, they'll buy one of their more expensive smartphones that are $150 or more, even more than $200. This is the company Blue. I'm going to talk about this device. It's called the Blue C5L. We're just turning on the phone right now, so we are going to just review this phone after having used it for around almost 3 months actually. So the Blue C5L we purchased for around $60. Keep in mind there's shipping and tax. We bought it from Amazon, so it's might be a little over $60. That's the price I got it for. I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to pay that price. Android powered device, and there really isn't a whole lot that I would like to say except that if you're buying these phones, it'll be really for the purpose of having a phone that is, oh, sorry about the lighting, I do apologize. Really for the purpose of having a phone that you didn't spend that much money on. Don't know why, sorry about the lighting, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, that's a little bit better. These phones are not very expensive, especially the ones made by the phones made by the company Blue are not very expensive. So if you buy one from a different company like Motorola, Samsung, I don't know, Motorola, Samsung, Apple, LG, Nokia, there might be a lot of phones that start at least $150, $200, $300, maybe more dollars, but you can get one from this company for less than $70, less than $80. You get the point. Less than $100 for a device. But keep in mind that you typically get what you pay for when it comes to electronics. I will say that more often than not, unless there's some kind of huge sale. Yes, you can buy a Nokia phone like the Nokia 1.3 for around $100 or a little bit more than that, which is not very expensive for a smartphone considering all the things that they do. However, if you really are watching your budget, one, and you want to pay want to pay less than $100, and two, the second thing is that it really is something that you're only going to use mainly for calling and texting, but not really heavy app usage or heavy internet browsing, things like that. So if you really have a kind of cheap cell phone plan like Red Pocket, we have this prepaid Red Pocket plan, REDPOCKET, Red Pocket. Some one of those cheap plans, or even if it's one of those cheap plans where you don't really want to use a lot of data, not a lot of heavy apps, not a lot of games, and you just mainly want it for calling here and there and some texting, that is really a reason that you would get something specifically that is one of the cheapest phones available, like the ones that are sold by this company Blue. It's if you really just want it mainly for some calls and texts. In terms of performance, you can think of it like a computer. You can buy a $200 computer, potentially, or you can buy a $700, $600, even more $800 computer. And what that simply means is I don't really know a lot about these terms, better processors, hardware, etc., performance. So if you're going to play games, apps, watching videos on the internet with your wireless internet, YouTube, all those things, and you want to just run very smoothly, no lagging, really just everything just runs really fast, then I think the case will be that if you pay more money, then you will probably get a device that executes all of these things and these apps and the watching videos on the internet much better. So if you really are not going to be using a lot of data, meaning not doing things on the internet and watching videos, things like that, and you just want it for texting and calling, that's a reason to buy one of these phones. So what can I say about the actual device after having said all of this, who these phones are for really? This is a competent device. Another one of my family members uses it, but I'm reviewing it here. I will say that there have been times when I was speaking to the other person, my other family member who's using this phone, when I was at work, and they had this phone, and there were some little blips in the call quality kind of here. Like I could hear some kind of artifacts, some little, some kind of thing. So what I'm trying to say is that overall the call quality, I like it very much. I think this is a competent phone for calling and texting. Just some very light internet browsing, also some basic apps. For a phone that was $60 plus tax that I got it for, I think this is an okay device, and it's really what you would expect from a smartphone that costs around $60 before tax and shipping. It is one of the cheapest phones that you can get, smartphones, and it does its job. It has a basic camera. I mean, most phones do. Nothing groundbreaking, but it does have you can download some apps from the Google Play Store. It is an Android device. So for what it is, it does its job well, in my opinion. It has pretty good battery life, I find. I have a few phones made by this company, and I have no complaints so far. I do like this product for what it is, and because I don't really need to do a lot of internet browsing and apps. So I think this is a good product. That means that I do really appreciate that this company makes phones for less than $70. I'm not going to guarantee that you would like this product. This is not a recommendation to buy it. This is just speaking of my own personal experience. It's an Android device that is cheap, and I think it's fine for calling. If I was using this for work purposes, maybe I would want to find a device from a different manufacturer, maybe Nokia, I don't know, Samsung, Motorola, maybe Apple, that has, I guess, maybe even better call quality. But for what it is, for what I use it for, these phones, these blue, relatively cheap, budget-friendly smartphones, I think it's an okay product. Again, this is all my personal opinion. It's nice that you can get a phone for less than $70, and we did get this on Amazon, so if you're interested in seeing what kind of phones are offered here, feel free to go on Amazon and search for Blue Phone, BLU. One thing I will say that, but I can't really speak to this, is that you can find phones for around $40 or $50. Yes, I actually said $40. There might be, I think there's a couple of $40 phones from this company. Maybe it's best, again, this is just, I'm just theorizing here. Maybe it's best not to buy the absolute cheapest one, because it's possible that if you buy a $40 phone, an unlocked $40 phone, I mean, keep in mind the unlocked phones are more expensive, and if you see an unlocked phone for $40, I don't know, maybe not, maybe it's going to perform worse than this phone because this one is $60, the other one's $40. But please read the reviews before you decide to buy anything. Again, you typically get what you pay for, but I think this is good value because I don't use it for a lot of internet browsing and applications. So you can find phones really for all price ranges, but how satisfied you will be with these devices really depends on your expectations. Thank you for watching this video, and have a nice day.